Well, there it is. Another defeat for the Calgary Flames. I feel like the last one of these I did was after a defeat.
Me too.
Who got to do the wins? That would be, there's two of them. Two lucky devils out there got to do some afterburners after a Flames victory. Those are the easy ones, though. These are the tough ones. We've got to really sink our teeth into it and get after it. Good evening, everybody. It's Boomer. It's Mike Gould here on Afterburner, a presentation of Bet365. Whatever your bet is, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Look at the size of that logo. Does it look good? Download the app, get in the game, use the code NATION when you sign up if you haven't already. And of course, it wouldn't be... Where's my damn... Can you hear it?
No.
What the H? Oh, maybe
we got no horn. We got no horn, Dean.
Okay, give me a sec.
BBB.
Oh, that's... Talk amongst yourselves. Just let me... I got to do a thing. I'm just going to do a thing.
I did it okay.
Give us your thought about the thing.
All right. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Mike Gould. Dean Mulberg is somewhere off camera. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday evening and what is turning out to be a really wonderful program here on YouTube and whatever streaming service you may prefer. I'll take the opportunity while Dean is off camera to make note that I've been on for both wins this season. So Dean just has really bad scheduling or timing or whatnot, but I have done a lot of these after losses. And the Flames did lose tonight by a 4-3 score against the Ottawa Senators in Ottawa, or Canada, as the geographers might say. Dean's off the mic. Jack,
I'm right here. I'm here. I'm back.
There he is. Where's Jack? It just said somebody left the stream. There you are.
No, he's here. He's here.
Jack's.
I'm here. We're all good.
There he is.
No, we're all here.
Let's see. Which side do you? Which one's better?
It's like a screensaver.
Yeah, buddy, I got it figured out.
Oh.
It don't work unless you get it into the stream. We got the Super Chat. It's presentation. I mean, we're going to do some, for the youth centers of Calgary. You got a comment. We'll put it onto the show. The money that you put into the live YouTube chat, we will show on the program. Not sure what there is to, you kind of pretty much covered it there in those 30 seconds it took me to get the horns all logged in. Senators 4-3 in a shootout. Flames had leads in this game. They led 1-0. They led 2-1. They led 3-2, but couldn't hang on to it. Felt a little sleepy at least the Senators felt a little sleepy. It felt like, I know Eric, when Eric Francis was on in the intermission, he says, it kind of feels like the Flames are mostly in control of this game. And it did kind of feel that way. And then the Senators came out at the start of the third and poured it on and got some like pretty good scoring chances, but then it's kind of settled back in. Kind of thought the Flames were going to steer this thing home, but mistakes cost them in Toronto a couple nights ago, and the game winner, we can take a look at it, I suppose, that ends up going to Jake Sanderson, which goes off of a stick and off of a body and into the back of the net. Flames get some bounces or they don't get some bounces is how it seems to end up, and they did not get the bounce on this one. They just don't have the luxury of being just okay, of making mistakes, because they're probably going to end up in the back of the net, even with Wolf in there. I guess we can go there. We'll get to the game winner in a moment, or I guess the game tying goal. Devin Cooley, last start October 15th. Today's October 30th. What'd you make of the backup?
I mean, he was great. And of course, Jack knows the way that I like to describe Devin Cooley because he's got such a great name. Jack, do you have that little montage queued up that I asked you for?
Tonight's forecast. A freeze is coming. Allow me to break the ice. You are not sending me to the cooler.
Yeah, you can cut it there, Jack.
Well.
He's Mr. Freeze. He's so chill. He's so cool. He's cool as a cucumber between the pipes. That's Devin Cooley. These are live highlights of Devin Cooley icing his teammates after they couldn't get the win for him. He was fantastic tonight. Probably one of the better Flames goaltending performances we've seen this season. He gave them a chance to win a game that they later on kind of looked like they were trying to lose, and they get a point out of it. And for all the questions that were being asked about Devin Cooley at the start of the season, I don't think there's really any concern about the backup goalie position for the Flames right now. And they don't really have to invest a ton of money in that position. Arnold Schwarzenegger made $25 million for that movie. The Flames can afford to pay Devin Cooley, what is it, $775,000. He's been good value for them so far, and he was good tonight.
You are trying to talk. You're just kind of keep talking until we'll forget that you played that. Is that kind of, if I just keep talking and rambling, maybe
you are not sending me to the cooler.
And that's one for you. No, it's been 2 games, and he came in relief in Vegas in the 3rd period after Vegas went roughshod on the Flames. To this point, he looks fine. However, they have not won in either of his starts, and
who cares?
That's well, yeah. That there are it's the battle we are fighting on a daily basis. We are okay with the Flames losing hockey games and finishing near the bottom and hopefully winning a draft, all of that. But for the coaches and the people that really want to see wins, this is now 2 starts for the backup. The team has not won either start, so I don't know. I don't know how the hardcore. I really want the Flames to win fan feels about Cooley, because I agree with you. I thought he was just fine.
His numbers are good though. Like I think his save percentage is like .920. Like after 3 games, like he's, they and I think they've generally played okay. Like in front of him, like tonight, I thought they played okay. As the 3rd went on, they kind of started to take their foot off the gas a little bit, but they've done a decent enough job, I think, of giving him, a little bit of insulation, but also he's done a good enough job. He made some real 10-bell saves tonight. I mean, I thought he was one of their 3 top players, I thought. And to that point, Wolf's numbers, he's losing games too. Like by the same token, I think if you gave Cooley a decent run of games here, he'd probably put together a couple wins here and there. So just a matter of playing behind a bad team, I think.
Had a couple great stops there in that overtime off Cousins and then Stützle, and then makes another one on the Cousins one-timer. So I thought he was fine. Whether you're a starter or a backup, I think that's a performance that I don't really know. They did score 3, which, I mean, it's not a ton, but it feels like it's more than what they score. They remain 1 regulation win in 12 games. They're dead last. And I don't know. They're playing better now than when they were in the 7-8 game losing streak. There were some uninspired efforts.
Yeah.
But the results are the same. So I don't know if this is satisfying. Does this make it harder to take? Because I thought their effort was okay. I thought it was fine against Toronto. It was okay. Whereas they were getting worked in some of those other games. That Vegas game, it was awful. So I don't know how people feel about it.
I think the compete level has generally gone up around the team. I mean, the guys who have been healthy scratches have come back and played relatively well, I think, with a lot more energy and with a lot more production. So I think you can't really contest the give a darn level. It's just a matter of the team simply does not have the pieces that are required to build a competitive roster. And so, you kind of just have to accept the good with the bad. And right now the Flames are mostly bad. So you have to look for the bright spots on a team that's full of 40-point forwards. You got to take efforts like this. And that's what the Flames really, for lack of a better word, are. They are what they are right now. So tonight, I think they sort of played to 80% of their ability and they still lost. And that's just going to happen when you have a bad team.
Want to say thank you and welcome again to one of our new sponsors this year on Afterburner, the Unicorn and the Unicorn on 4th, Calgary Super Pub, 3 floors, 3 bars, 1 destination, the Sports Cantina. They got all things sports. Game day, $7 pints of Molson, all Jays games, and there's at least 1 more, maybe 2. Playoff games with sound, located in the heart of Stephen Avenue, and of course the Unicorn on 4th, second location, 20th Ave, 4th Street, daily specials, happy hour, Saturday, Sunday. Tomorrow's going to be Friday, weekend, baseball, hockey, you name it. Why not make it the Unicorn? Calgary's Super Pub. Connor Zary healthy scratched. We saw the Perrick was skating as an extra yesterday, skating as an extra today. Okay, he's going to be out. He's getting healthy scratch. Turns out there's an injury. It's a healthy scratch designation for Connor Zary. We discussed it on the other show, and I think it's safe to say that Pinder and Retro both feel like it's it's maybe trying too hard. It's overcoaching. It's if you're putting Zary, what's the message? What's the desired outcome by Healthy scratching him? You have, I don't know if Zary's a center. I'm just looking at the numbers tonight for Yegor Sharangovich. 0 for 6 in the faceoff dot. They got worked. 66% was the faceoff percentage for the Ottawa Senators tonight. So you kind of want to have the puck on your stick a little more than that. So I don't know, when it's one game in what is going to be a very interesting season. Is Connor Zary sitting out one game the biggest atrocity in the world? It isn't. He's a young player. He can afford to do it, but there's a lot of guys that certainly could be sent upstairs and eat popcorn for the night that maybe were more deserving of being healthy than Connor Zary. Your thoughts? Is it overcoaching? Is it part of developing a young player? How do you see it?
Yeah, I mean, the lineup is just very strange to me. Morgan Frost being on the wing and Yegor being at center doesn't really seem to make much sense to me. And I thought both of them had good nights, but it was just a matter of, they were really getting worked in the circle. They tried putting Farabee in the middle for a little bit and couldn't win a face-off, which is funny because I thought their board work and their 50-50 battles tonight were really strong. I thought they did a really good job on the forecheck and forcing turnovers. That line in particular was really strong, I thought, in that sense. But yeah, it did feel like a lot of the time Ottawa was starting with possession. That being said, I mean, I don't think the problem the Flames face goes really much deeper than they have 10 forwards who they want to play in top 9 roles. And so to me, I think all 10 of those guys can very easily play in a top 9 role. I think all of them are good NHL players. It's just a matter of you kind of, unless the coaching staff is ready to go in a diametrically different direction than they have gone with dressing a fourth line that is really not very good most nights, they're going to be in some trouble. And Zary, to that point, has probably, to me, been the weakest of the 10 this year, just from start to finish. And so I don't, on merit, have a problem with him sitting if you've already sat Coronado and sat Sharangovich, because to me, Zary's been worse. And the production says that, and the underlyings say that. So that being said, though, I mean, I ideally wouldn't scratch any of those guys. I would be, A, either making room for one of them via a trade, or B, just saying, we don't necessarily need to have 2 guys on the fourth line who don't get shots, don't get really anything going. But yeah, just on a surface level, it's really weird to me to see Yegor down the middle and Morgan on the wing. It just doesn't suit either of those players. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, they tried Sharangovich there when he first got here a couple of years ago, and
it's never worked.
To a minimal outcome. I guess it worked, but it was very quick that you had to get him back to the wing. And just to kind of repeat the boys from the other show, if you've got Longberg and Klapka sat, so he comes back in, and Kirkland and Long. That's the energy line. Well, that
there's no energy.
There's no energy to it. They don't play a lot. They don't accomplish a whole lot. They give up far more scoring chances than they generate. And if you're sitting a young guy with more potential to score than Lomberg or Kirkland or Klapka, and you're desperate to score goals, it's hard to kind of see it makes sense.
It doesn't make any sense. And I mean, like Yegor and Coronado, the goals that they score today. I mean, I get Coronado's goal is just sort of him going to the net. Yegor's goal is a snipe from the right circle. Those are, goals that the Flames should be trying to score way more, trying to be opening things up to the sides on the power play, trying to be sort of jamming in the puck to the net and trying to find the bounces. And the thing is, those 2 guys are well equipped to score those kinds of goals. The guys on the fourth line aren't, but they also aren't equipped to prevent those kinds of goals. So it's just asking, what are we doing here? Why are we sort of scratching guys who can score in order to make concessions for guys who don't, and who don't contribute to the other side either? So that's just where I have a bit of a problem with it. I think, the Flames are just in a bit of a unique position where they have such a logjam of guys where you're happy if you have, one of Yegor and Farabee, or one of Coronado and Sharangovich, or one of Zary and Pospisil, and they've got 2 of each. And so, you know, that's the problem. I like all of those players. I think all of them are very good NHL players. The problem is you are double stacked. like you should have an NHL team should have one of Matt Coronado or Sharon Govich as its top shooter on a power play. And the Flames are in a position where no matter what they do, one of them is going to be on unit number 2 playing with Michael Backlund. And it's like, okay, how are we setting this up? You know, why do we have Sam Honzik, Joel Farabee, and Blake Coleman in the lineup when they all fulfill the same purpose? So I don't know. The Flames just need to sort of clear out a little bit of the excess, in my opinion. And if they keep having nights like tonight, hopefully it starts soon.
Well, and Marty Pospisil can probably be added to that group. Now, injuries happen, and not hoping that happens to anybody, because it's early in the season. It just, those things are going to happen. But if it remains the way it is, then what are you doing? Are you more guys to the Wranglers? What are you doing? It's a log jam of mid, to your point.
Oh my God.
You would love to have all of those guys. They're all, like you say, they're all very good players, but you would love them to be in secondary roles and have those high-end guys in the top 3 or 4 spots on the roster, and they just don't. And what's funny, you talk about Frost. He's probably their best face-off guy, if not best centerman. He's their best guy in the dot. So they've got him on the wing, but it's kind of working. Kadri, 3 goals in his last 4. Frost has points in 4 straight. Huberdeau now has points in 3 straight. So that line is working and providing offense, but
it's just weird.
Yeah.
It reminds me when Backlund played with Monahan and Gaudreau. It's just strange. I think it's a bit of a dead cat bounce personally, but we'll see if they have any extended success with it. It's a very strange lineup. Like, we've seen thin Flames teams where they've dressed, Kevin Westgarth and Brian McGrattan in the same game, not out of, not by choice, but by necessity, pretty much. The alternative was going to this farm to call up Jason Jaffrey or Chris Chucko or whoever. But this is a team that just has guys out the wazoo, even in the American League, that you could plug in on a third line anywhere in the NHL and basically say, sure. And they've got 10 of them. And it is one of the strangest stockpiles. And a lot of them are signed with term. And so there's only so much you can do. And so, I mean, on positive side, allows you to roll lines, I guess, but it clearly isn't really conducive to much meaningful success.
The Derek Newman Group, Derek Newman, CIR Realty. He is, I don't know if he has a cape, but he's like a super real estate guy. Buying or selling, let Derek do the work for you. Email dnewman@cirrealty.ca. Call 403-619-6661. He's one of those guys that we've all, guessing people have bought, sold houses or whatever. Having your real estate agent, it's the means to an end. It's just somebody that you get to do the work. And with Derek, it's something different. There's a relationship that's built. You can't help but really like or love the guy. He's a tremendous guy. He's a Calgary guy, knows the city inside and out, willing to go that extra mile for you. Easy to work with. And it's unmatched service. You ask, and chances are you're going to get what it is that you're after with Derek Newman, who is actually down in Los Angeles watching baseball. So he'd be just revved up.
Wow.
Maybe call tomorrow about 6 or 7 p.m. and say, yeah, I've got my estate. I'm really looking to unload. Could you come and take some photos of my, could you stage my home for me immediately, and see if he'll pull himself away from that Blue Jay game.
How did he get tickets? Did he? I mean, I guess if you can buy and sell like Derek can, you can find anything out there.
There were a few people. I saw Derek Newman was there. John Bender, our buddy, was down there.
Yeah,
some people, John. Pinder would have gone, but he had to curl on Monday.
Was that his hair, or was it?
No, it's just he's big curler.
Big curler.
Loves curling.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible at it, from all accounts, but
I can believe it.
He does love to curl. Derek Newman Group, CIR Realty. No matter whether you're buying or selling. dnewman@cirrealty.ca, 403-619-6661. You can go to dereknewmangroup.com as well. Take a look at this.
Oh, wow.
There's Derek on the right. Look at that smile. Loving it. There's Johnny Bender.
Look at that.
It's quite a scene.
That's quite the scarf. Look at all those scarves.
They must have been on the seats, eh?
Yeah, they must have been.
Yeah,
that's a nice little giveaway.
Yeah.
That's all right.
You're welcome, Capital One, for the free Afterburner plug there.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. No.
What do you think, Dean? Is Derek Newman going to sell Nazem Kadri his next house?
Or sell his,
or maybe sell his current house. I mean, maybe he's got contacts over in whatever city he goes.
He might sell the current one.
Yeah.
He might. It's interesting. I mean, it's funny. We spent so much time talking about Rasmus Andersson, and Rasmus might finally be still closer to being dealt than Kadri, but we've all just shifted again to talk about Kadri. No one's even talking about a Rasmus deal because it'll happen. I mean, yeah, of course he's going to get traded. But what about Nazem? These games just gut a guy like Nazem Kadri.
I won't believe for a second that Nazem moves until he actually does. I can see so many ways that the Flames could justify or excuse not trading him. I could see so many ways they say, we just think this year's a one-off, an aberration. We want to sort of do it all over again next year. I don't know. The only way that I can really see it happening is if Naz himself is basically saying, I'm done. And even then, they're well within their rights to just say, well, we can wait.
What about, I don't disagree necessarily, because something has to happen. Either the Flames, I think, have to get an offer. They have to be sent an offer that is significant, which then pushes them to talk to Nazem, or if it's one of the teams that's not on his, because I think that, at least for me, maybe it has no change for any of it. But hearing that it's not a no, or it's not a full no move, and it's 13 teams, that is half the league. Now it's maybe half the league that isn't looking to add Nazem Kadri. Who knows? But it changes it for me a little bit, because I'm with you. He's got a no move. Flames are going to try and get into the playoffs and make this run and do whatever what they are. They have one regulation win in 12 games. In the next 12, how many do we suppose that they will have? 2, 3? They don't seem to me like a team that's going to go on a massive winning streak. This is not going to be a team that's going to make a charge and get into the playoffs. And I don't think it's going to be we almost got in there. On game 81, game 80, game 79, there's still something to play for. I just don't see it. So I just wonder with where Nazem is at and where other teams might be at and where the Flames are at. It just feels like it's too easy for there to be a point where it all makes sense.
It's entirely possible. It's just the only thing is that the Flames, like a lot of teams, they don't like to make these kinds of moves until they're forced to. Until there's some sort of deadline. And right now with Kadri, there's no deadline. They got 3 more years of this. Mm-hmm. It's really, I mean, I mentioned it with Kent on a show the other day, and it was a totally different circumstance. But the last skater the Flames traded with term remaining on his deal was James Neal. It doesn't happen. You're either going into an expiring deal, you're halfway through the last year. A guy with 3 years left, it would have to be something that totally blows them away. And even then, there's nothing stopping them from just saying, no, we don't want to move this guy. We think he can be an asset for us. So I am of the opinion that it should happen. I think it makes a lot of sense. A, because it frees up a bunch of space in your top 9 that you can use to give these guys a bit more runway if you want to see what you got. And B, because it makes you a little bit worse and it puts you in the lottery a little bit further. And C, because you want to cash in. But I don't believe it until I see it. Just because it goes against everything that the Flames have taught me. But by the same token, I've been wrong many, many times. It wouldn't be the first time even on this program. And I said the same things about Noah Hannafin and Tyler Toffoli and Jacob Markstrom, and all those guys moved. So
yeah,
maybe it is different. Maybe it is
they
different.
Were sending UFAs, right? Those were guys that they were in the last year of their deal. This is different. I guess the other part of it is too, to what extent can we expect Craig Conroy to be blown away by trade offers for a 35-year-old with 3 years left at $7 million? If a team is horny for Nazem Kadri, they're going to have to, because I don't know that they're going to be eating salary. It's going to be a lot of money for a long time, and this team doesn't really do that. Should they? That can be debated. But unless they do, what team is going to say, yeah, well, he's 35, but yeah, with 3 more years at $7 million, it's going to be worth it for this year and maybe next year. And if so, it doesn't seem to me a deal that's going to be a first and a player. It doesn't feel that way to me.
I feel a lot more confident that the Flames will get commensurate value for Kadri than I do that they will actually go forward with it. Just because, I mean, I guess JT Miller's a little bit younger, but he had a much longer contract, a lot of toxicity sort of being talked about around him, but it's a center, and it's a veteran center with a lot of history and a lot of tenacity. And with Kadri making 7, I mean, seven's a lot less than what Miller makes. And he has the cup ring. That's something that JT Miller doesn't have. And he is quite fast. Like, I feel like fans in other markets don't really, understand or appreciate how quick he is, even at his age. So, I really enjoy watching Kadri play. I always have. I think you can look at a host of teams around the league that have made, questionable financial decisions that they might be able to justify making a Kadri move so that they can offload one of their own. And that's something the Flames should perhaps look at investing in if it A, helps facilitate a deal, B, helps sweeten the deal. But again, to me, I have to go back to the start. It's all moot until I truly believe it happens.
So I guess I'll just ask, do you think that there would be an offer? Do you think teams would be offering, like you say, commensurate, great word, that they would be offering compelling offers to Craig Conroy that he would just leave on his desk and it's probably a good deal for us, but I'm not going to, like, where do you think it falls apart? Is it lack of offers, lack of quality offers, or the Flames seeing a good offer but electing to keep the player?
Inertia. I think it's all inertia. I think it'll all come from the top. And that's just how I feel about it, because I think ultimately they want to have a bit of continuity for the new building. Kadri's deal covers the start of the new building. And if they feel so strongly that, if they feel a strong sense of belief in the group that they have, like they came into this season expecting to contend. I think they're shocked by this start. They had the notion of themselves being a 97-point team. I think it is a big time pivot to say 13 games into a season or whatever it is that, okay, now we've gone from the point where we feel so compelled by the group that we have to we're already going to sell these guys. So I believed this team was a bit of a mirage coming into the year. I don't know if they believe that. And so I think it'll have to get not necessarily worse, but just stay this bad or stay close to this bad for longer before I truly believe it. Because at this point, it's too quick. I think for them, it's too quick.
Yeah, it's a small sample, and we use that word all the time, small sample. But I feel like what we were really wringing our hands about over the first 5, 6, 7 games, they cannot score. They get 1 goal a night. Well, they're getting more than 1 goal a night, and they're playing better. They're playing with more passion, and they're harder to play against and all that sort of thing. But the results are more or less the same. They're getting an extra, so they get an extra point tonight. They got to win against the bad Rangers team, but you lost to Toronto, and the results haven't changed while the team's play has elevated. And I don't know how much. And now I don't know how much more can you expect this team to elevate their play? Another fold. Are they going to start scoring 5 or 6 a night, getting 40, 50 saves a night? I just don't know how it turns for them.
Yeah. Oh, I think the UFAs are all going to go. I mean, that's the thing. It just, to me, it all depends on if they think this year is an aberration, if they think it's a bolt from the blue and it all magically fix itself. I don't, but yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think, again, it's going to have to come from Naz, and it's going to have to be something that is so compelling that the Flames themselves say, fine, this will make us better, because it'll be interesting until then. And there's already lots of, Dean, we've got a fair few super chats, by the way. There's a lot of stuff.
I'm hosting the show, Mike. Yeah, thanks, Tips. Like I'm right here too. Yeah.
I was just going to sort of continue on and say these folks are speaking the truth as well. They understand. They get it.
Well, I got to know about the road ahead from Platinum Mitsubishi, family owned and operated. I understand. I've heard that long time. It's rare that you see lifelong Calgarians starting and running this business, a successful, huge business like this, like Platinum Mitsubishi.
Dean, are you a lifelong Calgarian?
I'm not.
No, you're not. You got some little Manitoba in there, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a wee bit. Yeah, my buddy the Goose up at Platinum, he watches this show. You know the Goose.
I do know the Goose.
Of course you know the Goose. Big Brad.
He's not a lifelong Calgarian either.
No, he's not. He's got a little bit of that Manitoba in there
he
as
does.
well. Yeah, a little bit of that Brandon area. Yeah, so that just tells you about the folks that are up at Platinum. It's not just, it's lifelong Calgarians, absolutely, but it's, they got the flavor. They got the Dean Mohlberg level of so you start over here, you go over there, sort of like how the cars, they come from Japan, they start over there and they come over here. That's the big thing about Mitsu these days, is that so many of these import manufacturers that you see, they make cars in the States, they make cars in Mexico, they make cars down in Southeast Asia and wherever. Mitsubishi cars, they all come straight from Japan, they all come overseas directly to Nanaimo and at Tsuwasen, and they all have that 10-year 160,000 kilometer warranty. So head on up to 2720 Barlow Trail Northeast, and maybe if you stop in there, you'll hear a bit more about the road ahead.
You could talk to Brad Gossai about it too.
He's a good man.
Is he a Flames fan or what is he?
No, he's more of a Jets guy.
Yeah.
He's pretty psyched up about the Blue Jays though, and
yeah, he would be.
That's more of a road ahead that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
But hey, we've
and did you say 10-year powertrain warranty?
I know that thing's gonna outlast Brad.
We're talking about. It's amazing.
I know, right?
Decent finance rates, 0.99%.
It's pretty solid. Yeah, it's longer than Jonathan Huberdeau's contract, which is saying something. So
it really is. Yeah,
it really.
If
is.
only Huberdeau was dependable.
If only. The road ahead is brought to you by Platinum Mitsubishi, and it starts in November, Dean. It starts next month because the Flames have played their last game of October 2025. They finish October with a 2-8-2 record. Is that good, Dean?
Not really.
No.
It's good for last.
It's good for last. For last. Not good to last like the cars. It's good for last.
That's right, yeah.
But it starts on this Saturday, against a team that is similarly gunning for last place in the Nashville Predators, Dean. And I hear there might be some representation there from our friends as well.
Yeah, potentially. It's looking like we are going to be there on Saturday.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Have you booked the flights? Gotten first class, business class? Yeah. Got it all squared away.
Yeah, it's it can all go sideways in a hurry, but things look to be lining up. Predators 4-6-2, so I don't know, not worlds better than the Calgary Flames. And there'll be a lot of questions as we sit here and talk about Nazem and it's Rasmus Anderson or Blake Coleman. They'll be, what are you doing with Steven Stamkos?
Yeah.
What are you doing with Marchessault? That has not worked for them for sure. They went to market and added those big names. If you want to, I mean, they're big names, and it has not worked to this point for Nashville for sure.
It seldom does in free agency, and so the Flames and Predators, certainly two teams circling the drain a little bit. And the Flames follow that up with a game against the surging Philadelphia Flyers. Trevor Zegras doing a pretty good job down there in his new digs. Wouldn't you know it? Maybe it helps to play him in offensive situations. That's a decent idea. So that is a back-to-back. We might see Devin Cooley again this weekend with the Flames in Nashville and Philadelphia on successive nights. They follow it up by coming home. They got 2 days off after the back-to-back. They're playing against Columbus and Chicago the following week on Wednesday and Friday. So again, not exactly a lineup of world beaters here, Dean. They're playing against some teams that have some exciting young talent. I mean, Connor Bedard's having a great start to the year in Chicago. Columbus is, Columbus, but they're not. This is a Flames team that we've seen go into cities with subpar sports teams and come out with their tails between their legs a few times.
We didn't know how to, because Ryan kind of said they're winnable games. It's like, can you call them winnable when you don't win and you're last? And it's, I mean, you're the winnable game for the other team. More beatable teams, more beatable opponents, perhaps, which again seems, who the hell are you to talk about beating anybody when you've got one regulation win this year? But I think we can all agree that yes, Columbus, Nashville, Vegas, Colorado. There's a bit of a gap there.
Yeah, certainly a little bit, I would say. The Flames follow that up with games the following weekend against Minnesota, St. Louis, and San Jose. 3 more teams that don't really inspire a whole lot of confidence in a lot of folks. But, Dean, it might be an opportunity for them to get, a couple more wins, maybe even in regulation time. But you kind of have to go to the back half of the month where you get the teams like Dallas and Tampa and Winnipeg and Florida. Those are the actual, maybe.
Do you put, where do you put, because I agree with you, they have 2 games. They'll go Saturday, Sunday, Nashville, Philly. Where do you put Cooley? Where do you put Wolf, if indeed it's going to be a split?
Philadelphia's colder, so I'd go with Cooley there.
Okay. I'd put him in Philly because you've got Vladar there. Might be a chance for him to say, look, they made the right choice by letting Vladar go and sticking with me.
Vladar's got good numbers this year. It's I didn't really see it coming, but he's had a good start.
Sure. Yeah. So that's the road ahead for Platinum Mitsubishi.
That's right. Best iteration of it I think we've ever done.
Think?
No.
2720 Barlow Trail in the Northeast.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got tonight, Dean. I don't know about you.
Well, we got to do these super chats. You're all hot and bothered to get to them. I want to tell you about, of course, Bet365.
Yeah.
We're excited for Bet365. Big, another week 9 coming in the National Football League. Flames are heading on a road trip, and of course, baseball. You're talking about the goose getting all frothy. You're all frothy too for this baseball. I can see it.
Oh, Dean, I'm absolutely jiggered.
Watch your mouth. But it's I think it's we tried to get fed this BS when the Oilers were making that's Canada's team. Well, I want a Canada team. No. Canada's team. Well, it's Toronto. It's kind of the only thing I have a hard time with. It's all the Toronto people.
Yeah. Yeah, you can always take a little bit of pleasure, even if they do, lose a little bit. You can sort of say, well, those folks down on Bloor are having, maybe a bit of a rough night.
Down on Yonge Street or whatever it is.
On Dundas.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a funny name.
On your highway, whatever it's called there, the Gardner thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that thing.
Whatever. Bet365, get it on your phone, play along, bet responsibly. Be 19.
Bet 401, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just let that one go.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So there it is. To win the series, significant change.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, the Jays were looked at as being colossal underdogs by all those Americans for most of the early run up to the series, and then even after the first couple of games. But the Jays have really shown that when you don't tinker with the lineup incessantly over the first 5 innings like they did in Game 3, you can actually put together a pretty solid group of 9 guys and just sort of ride the wave. And the last 2 games have really been indicative of that. I mean, Bichette is getting better with each passing game. Jimenez continues to be weirdly clutch. And everybody on the team's kind of had a moment. It just kind of feels like they have what they need. And boy, it'll be cool. I hope Max Scherzer is able to get another outing. He's just such a killer. I love watching him. And I hope they win it. I hope they pull it off.
For him to get another outing, it would have to be in a Game 7. Are you sure you want Scherzer in 7?
I mean, as an opener, that'd be super cool.
Okay.
I think nothing's off the table. I mean, I think these guys are going to be so pumped up. I think even Savage is going to be an option with the way that they're going. I mean, I think everything will be on the line, and if it comes down to it, they'll do what they need to do. Chris Bassett's been such a dog. All their pitchers have been, to a certain extent, so money in this series. And so I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow night. I'll be definitely going out to the Unicorns. Check it out.
Attaboy. Appreciate that. Sports sponsors.
Absolutely.
And there is the odds for World Series MVP. Back-to-back games with bombs for Vladdy Guerrero. He has been dynamite. Shohei, hard to debate. And Yamamoto will be your starter tomorrow.
If he wins tomorrow, I mean, wow.
Yeah, that will don't want to jinx anything and say get on that, but yeah, those would be fine odds if he goes another complete game in a series must-win situation. But there you have it.
More of a sentimental thing, but I don't think the Jays are where they're at without Bichette. You know, without him coming back for this series and without that secondary option, without him being there, I think it wouldn't feel right. It wouldn't be right. And the amount that he has contributed, even on one leg, to me has just been incredible. And so I hope they give him his due this summer, because, you know, you have an opportunity to have a wide open window here if you're the Blue Jays, with Vlad, with Bo, with Barger, with Clement, and with Kirk, and with all those guys, and with the Savages, you know, your future ace. There's so much that you can do that's good here, and it shouldn't take too much. It shouldn't take an overwhelming amount, an amount that you are innately uncomfortable with, to retain guys like Bo and like Bassett and their big free agents. You know, it's they should be able to keep this group together. I'm super excited.
You really did want to talk baseball. You really did.
Rather talk about that. I love baseball. Baseball is a great sport. It's a great, fantastic sport.
There you go. All right.
Stop
yelling.
Yeah, it's like the football, George Carlin football, baseball. You know, football is played in a stadium like War Memorial Stadium, and baseball is played at a park, the baseball park.
That's right.
I just love baseball.
Yeah, you do.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it in you.
It's a pastoral game.
You love baseball and you love super chats.
Oh,
you just love it. It's look how excited you get. Super chats. Throughout the course of the show, you're in live in the YouTube. You put some money down, we put your comment on the show, and then we'll talk about it. We've got a few coming in. This show, I'll tell you, it's not about Afterburner. People step up, people step in. Maybe it's because they want to know what Gould thinks. From G Fount, $2 for the kids. What's the record for most raised?
I think it was us last year.
Like in a night, or
I think it was for a night. It's got to be us. I
guess it's probably what he's. I don't know what the record is. Sorry, G Found.
3-hour show. I mean, that was
you put $2 down. It was over $7,000 for the year, so that's awesome. Thank you, everybody. Got that. That money's making a big difference. Probably you're thinking it's just us going and buying those tobacco packets and beer. That's not what we're doing.
That was probably Dean upgrading the flight to Nashville.
Yeah,
getting a little bit in that.
Not so
much. Row 2.
R&B. Notice who was on when Ottawa tied it. Uyghur -11. It's just this guy. This is going to be this guy. He's gonna.
Yeah, it is what it is. He doesn't look great.
He's had a tough start
tonight. No, so
had a tough start.
Yeah, so be it. Rasmus had the same thing last year. He looks better this year. Just sort of the ebbs and flows.
Yeah, it's to critique and to put style points or to put gold stars on the D right now.
Who cares? I don't.
Be better than Jake Bean. You need a higher bar than that.
Yeah, Bean had a couple moments tonight. Oof.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does for sure.
Baked jeans.
Shrimp on the Barbie. $2, and look at that's some Aussie dough there.
Yeah.
See the A? Yeah. The one highlight, Kadri trade stocks go up again.
You sure it's not Austrian, Dean? Shrimp on the Barbie.
I don't know what it is. Good day, mate.
You're not sending me to the cooler.
Yeah, I don't know if the stocks go up, but they remain where they're at. Teams will be very intrigued if Kadri is available and if there's going to be some kind of a sweepstakes or whatever they want to call it. He would help a team. He would help a contender. There's no doubt. We can debate whether it happens or what the price and all that is, but if he goes to a team that could use a little center help, he's got that. He's got everything you want. He's got that dog and some cup experience. Yep.
He's a great player.
RG 279. Can we get more of the In the Dome boys on Afterburner? Absolutely. We love the In the Dome boys. There's a lot of swearing.
I don't know who they are.
There's a lot of swearing. They're very good guys.
I mean, never heard of them.
Settle down, Mike.
Yeah,
Just calm yourself. In the Dome, you can check him out. Flames Nation. A lot of swearing, a lot of passion. A lot of passion. Love passion. That's what we need. Need more of it. I'll let the people know. I'll talk to whoever powers it be. It's probably Jack and Pinder.
What are your thoughts, Jack?
Oh, I love those boys. Get them in whenever we can.
Yeah.
There you go. Settles it. 2 out of 3.
That's right. Even though
Oh, there he is.
There's my cat. First show with the cat. I think the cat votes for the Indodome boys too.
did you just get the cat? Is that
Yeah, it was a summertime acquisition.
Yeah.
Yeah. First time on the show for everybody tonight.
What does the cat have a name?
Yeah, Bella, get over here. Yeah, unruly.
Cats don't come when you call, like they don't come when you call them.
No.
They poop at your house.
Put her on the 4th line. Do a better job.
All right. Working man. Hey, the working man like me. $5. Boom. Missed the live show today. Listened at work tonight. A great rant by Rhett. Love you, Rhett and Pinder. Thanks for what you do for the sport I love. You're welcome, working man. You're welcome. Thanks for supporting the show. Thanks for supporting the super chats and all that. Yeah, Rhett went off a little bit today. It can happen. Yeah, sometimes you don't know when it's coming. We did discover this week, though, it is Pinder. It's not so much what he's arguing about, but he will become he can't help himself. He becomes instantly invested in whatever Pinder is talking about because he just sees it completely the 180 from where Pinder is at. So it's not so much whether he thinks Zane Parekh should be playing on the power play. It's because Pinder says he should be playing on the power. Well, then maybe he shouldn't be on the power play.
Yeah, that's the thing. When I was on the main show with Rhett, there was no animosity at all. We got along just fine. I mean,
it'll happen though, because you got some Pinder in you too. You're a bit of a
little bit of a stinker.
Yeah. The two of you in the same room.
It fosters good debate. It's
festers.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
That's Halloween.
You guys are great.
We try.
Yeah. Big dog. My glorious King Bison has scored again.
Now, are you sad about this?
There's a sad eyes and then flame emojis.
Yeah.
Do you know what he's talking about, Jack? I feel bad, big dog.
Well, I think that's Coronado.
Is it?
Talking about, yeah, that was the whole thing. I mean,
well, it was a pretty one.
Well, it was something.
Yeah.
Side of the net, bang it in. Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I was, loose puck. Kind of could have just as easily been Frost as his or whatever. But hey, you were out of the lineup. You got back in the lineup. You scored a goal. Let's go. That's it. There you go. Get some traction now. Come on, King Bison.
Get on it.
Get it going.
Oh,
Jeremy or $13.99.
Wow.
On the point of trades, we all know they have too many middle bottom 6 wingers. But how did they get less? Because they can't trade because they would get more middle 6. Still no superstars.
Well, I mean, trade guys for picks.
Yeah, that would be. I guess the argument would be, what? So are you going to second or third or fourth? And what kind of player are you drafting? And third, fourth, it's probably middle 6. Hey, you look. There's some good players. Johnny Gaudreau was 4th rounder. You can get some good players. But yeah, if you're going man for man, chances are you're not going to get a Norris nominee for Yegor Sharangovich. It's probably accurate.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, though. Like, if you're trading these guys, if you're trading a Kadri or if you're trading a Coleman, the return is one thing. The outcome is the other thing. The outcome is the team is worse. The team gets residual assets, but also the prime asset that they have, the first-round pick in this instance, gets better. You don't have Nazem Kadri scoring that tying goal tonight or that go-ahead goal tonight. You don't have Blake Coleman, scoring 5 goals this season. You have, AHL Jim, who maybe, averages 9 minutes a night and gets caved in at 5-on-5 in his place. That's sort of the thing. And no offense to AHL Jim, who's a good man, but it's just the nature of the situation. You trade these guys, there's subtractions.
Yeah.
And that's, what they did before.
Yeah. There's some of those players that we talk about it all the time. You trade a player, you don't have to play shorthanded. You're going to put somebody in their spot when they move on. And sometimes whoever comes in, it's, plug and play. Nazem Kadri would not be a plug and play, I don't imagine, for this team, because you would be getting picks. You'd be trying to get younger. Rasmus Anderson, I don't think we've seen it already. The dip from the Andersons and Uyghurs to it gets rough fast. So yeah, it's the other thing is, as bad as the record shows that they are, there is potential for it somehow to get much worse on a consistent basis. So
I used to watch the Arizona Coyotes, Dean.
I know you did.
I've seen how bad it can get.
Are you
it can
Utah,
get way
Utah guy now or what?
Who cares about them?
Really?
I like Buffalo now.
So strange.
Josh Doan, baby.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good player.
Good then. Yeah. Okay. RB. Seriously, if they lose 3 to 4 more, is Huska's job safe? He just got an extension
this month.
His extension doesn't kick in till next year. I don't know. If his job would be in jeopardy if they were expected to be a top team and this is what they were getting. I don't think do you think this is a coaching issue?
Yeah.
Is this do you think that the Flames have a record of 2, like they have 2 wins at this point because of their coach?
In part, yes, I do. But by the same token, you can disagree all you want on the feasibility or on the, the rationality of Huska's contract extension. It doesn't change that he just signed it. You can say if I was the GM, I would make a change. I wouldn't disagree necessarily, but it doesn't mean that his job isn't safe. That's the whole thing, right? And I do think the Flames are playing overly cautious hockey. I think they're playing hockey that is tailored to trying not to win, trying not to lose, instead of trying to, actively win. I think they are playing, actively low event, sort of 50-50 battle hockey, which doesn't really translate to much excitement or much individual stat padding, which at this point is probably more important than wins.
Yeah.
But by the same token, it doesn't mean the Flames are going to change anything. There's no reason for them to, from their point of view.
I guess that's where I kind of fall in. It's less about, and I know that's probably the question that he's asking, is it based just on coaching merit? What are you seeing? I say he's not going 3 or 4 games. He has a contract that hasn't kicked in yet. And in order to make a change, you would have to find Murray Edwards and say, Murray, we just signed this guy to a 2-year extension. I'd like to fire him before the extension kicks in. Remember, they did that with Daryl. They gave Daryl an extension and then gassed him before it. Can you have to do that again?
Yeah, and that was after a whole year had passed.
Like, no chance.
Yeah, that was after a whole year where guys were like, get me out of here. I don't really think guys are actively saying that quite as much, mainly because there's not a whole lot of guys who are actively playing for contracts. But it's just it would be quite the look for Craig to sign a guy and then decide to fire him. It's like when the Lightning signed Dan Boyle and then threatened to waive him if he didn't accept a trade 3 months later, and even that was 3 months later. That wasn't 3 weeks later. So things could happen, but.
That's the way I see it. That's what I'm seeing.
That's
Jeeves $6.99. People complaining about Bean and Hanley. Is Team Tank just an echo chamber of guys arguing with themselves, not realizing this is how tanking works? Jeeves, I hear you. Because, we're living it with this talking about daily shows and having to react to game. So it's micro, what'd you think of the power play tonight? Macro, if they could get the first overall pick in McKenna, and then it's hard to serve both mistresses right now, for sure, because you could be sour about Backlund giving a puck away in the 3rd period against the Leafs or whatever that was. But then on the other side, it worked out great because they lost and didn't get a point. It's tough, James. Do you see how hard this is? You see how difficult this is? Not easy.
Yeah, Chris Butler got the Flames Sean Monahan. Come on, what are we doing here?
It's not easy.
Like,
I think we just
I don't think Hanley's been that bad. I think he's been all right. I think
he's-
Hall's been worse than Hanley, to be honest. But
Hanley drew a 4-minute minor tonight, and they scored
who
on
cares? It, so. Like, legitimately, who cares? The only justification I can see is if you're saying, okay, well, we want to see Hunter Brustevich. He's been so good. And I do get that impulse. He has been really good.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably the Wranglers' best player right now. But I'm in no rush. I think
he'll be there when and if it starts to turn. He'll be there. He'll be there.
Yeah, like the Flames have, they've had the last 18 months. They've had such a terrible farm team. Like the Wranglers had such a great start when they first came to Calgary. They had 2 really good years, and since then it's just gone, and they've gotten progressively worse. And now we finally have a Wranglers team that is a good spot for prospects to play again, where you can see prospects going down there and succeeding. And folks are all talking about breaking it up right away. For me, I want to say Matt Vigridden play 40 more games there. Like that's the good stuff to me, to be able to see him go and be the number 1 guy and sort of play. It's almost like he's in a flight simulator, and he's, when he gets back up to the NHL, he's going to be flying the 737s. And how many reps do you want to have a guy doing that in that exact position? Like there's certain situations where I could see Rory Cairns being an upgrade on Justin Kirkland. Yeah. And we're at a point where Rory Cairns is 24, and you're like, okay, he's ready to make that jump. Matt Vigridden's 19. Hunter Brustevich is 20. Sam Honzek is doing a great job right now, and he had an entire year of doing exactly what Matt Vigridden is doing right now. Yeah. So that's how I feel about it, and we'll see him eventually.
Look at that. So good. Some hot takes. Duke Luca, boom. Thoughts on roasted pumpkin seeds? I'm going to pass. I don't, you know what? I don't understand. I find the pumpkin to be a disgusting, is it a gourd? I don't know, like whatever it is, it stinks. The inside, like this, I've never wanted to, what do you carve it or what carve jack-o'-lantern? I never want, it stinks, and it's those stringies, and it's gross, and you put candles in gugh. But I love pumpkin pie.
Well, good.
Don't understand. I mean, I'm gonna bathe that thing in some whipped cream. Don't get me wrong, but it's kind of like carrot cake. There's no rationale or reason as to why it should be delicious, but yet it is. Plus, and I don't hate carrots. Aside from, I'm okay with carrots, it's whatever. But carrot cake is so good. Pumpkin pie, coming from a pumpkin, it's a miracle.
I have a question for you, Dean.
Yeah, go ahead.
If we took our producer and we put him on a table, and we cut off the top of his head, and we took out all the goo inside, and we, took out his nasal cavities and his eye sockets and all the sort of stuff below the jaw, and we took all that out, scooped it out, put it in a bin, put in a couple candles, would it be socially acceptable to call that a jack-o'-lantern?
It was a long way to go. Knew exactly where you were going. Like, knew exactly where you were going. There again, you just kind of kept talking, hoping we'd forget that his name was Jack.
That was so good. I really like that, Mike.
You should clip that.
Yeah, he's coming back around because his name is Jack, as a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Cammy, did you do the same with Jack Nicholson, or
Cammy didn't like that? Jack, put that up. Cammy didn't like it. Yeah, let's Dean. The reviews are.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, no, the reviews are. There's no question.
Yeah. Cammy's a big fan of that one. Yeah.
God, are we done?
Just about.
Okay. Is there more? That's it, Jack, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
59 minutes.
Thank you, Lord. Can't wait to do another one of these in 6 minutes. The Flames fall in a shootout by a score of 4-3 to the Ottawa Senators, led 1-0, 2-1, 3-2. Couldn't hang on as Devin Cooley, his second start in a month, plays pretty well, but once again comes up on the losing end. It is a Saturday matinee in Nashville against the Predators. We will have Afterburner following that afternoon game. It'll also be Game 7 for the Blue Jays and Dodgers, potentially. Whew, what a day it's going to be. What a day it's going to be. I think I enjoyed it, Mike. I think I enjoyed working with you tonight. I think it was good.
Hey, well, as always, Dean, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah,
Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, real good. Real good. Thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to the Jack-o'-lantern. Thanks to all you for chipping in with some dough for the kids and for being a part of it. We'll see you.